Welcome back, everyone, to the Bitcoin Business Bureau. I'm your host, as always, LitecoinLeader. I got headphones in. I got a nice shirt on just because I was just doing an interview for another channel. But today, it's a landmark day because it's the last day of the first half of 2022. Time for a little bit of reflection, a little bit of planning going forward. We're at the middle of the year, and it's been a rough year. We know there's lots of different news that's out there. I'll go over it in a little bit. But I don't want to go too far into it. And there's a lot of FUD that's out there. There's a lot of concerns because crypto it's been struggling. To be honest, it's been struggling for the last 6 months, and people are looking for bright spots. And then you go to the news, and I'll share that now. Let's go that way. So we go. I went to the three major sites, Cointelegraph. So you just see the stories scrolling through. Ethereum's down. Singapore is going after, is it triple? I can never remember 3AC, but I think it's triple. I can see Three Arrows Capital. That's what the three was. I kept saying triple, but Three Arrows Capital. So there's Three Arrows Capital. That's a negative story. So that's another investment firm that's been having issues that is causing downward pressure in cryptocurrency. Again, we're coming back to Bitcoin ETF, which is an electronic transfer fund. I should know what an ETF is, but I always get it wrong. An ETF is, come on now. Why can't they just tell me what an ETF stands for? How about ETF definition? Exchange traded funds. Thank you. Finally, that took way too long to find. So again, you have Bitcoin, electronic, whatever that was, exchange traded funds. That doesn't flow off the tongue at all. So basically, what that is that it's a derivative product. It allows big money to get into, and you can buy an ETF, which is an indirect way of buying Bitcoin. So if a fund can't buy Bitcoin directly, they can buy the ETF and get around that. It's kind of a loophole. That's why everybody wants it, because when that happens, big money can flow into Bitcoin. And obviously, lots of people, lots of millionaires, they're saying wiped out. Could that be wiped out? Could that be a sensational stories, or could it just be they've lost a lot of their money? But again, you haven't lost your money unless you sold. And then OpenSea data breach. So now you've got all these stories are negative stories. There's a hot editor's choice, so they're sensationalists, but here's a hot story that I didn't even cover yet, which is that I think I talked about this on Instagram. Uganda found a whole bunch of gold. So let me drop out of sharing my screen. Let me talk about that one for a moment. So the fact that Uganda just found a whole bunch of gold means that it reminds us that precious metals do not have a prescribed inflation rate. They just inflate. If people discover more, there's just more. But Bitcoin and Litecoin and Digibyte and other coins that have a white paper with their tokenomics, what their inflation rate is. Bitcoin says about 3%, and will go down to about 1.5%. It's just the number of coins being made at an annual rate compared to the ones that are already in existence. So we're making about 900 a day, which is probably about 30,000 a year, compared to 20 million already exist. You can see there's not a lot of Bitcoin that's being made. I might have gotten the numbers off a little bit, but I think it's 900 a day is correct. So that'd be 1,000 times 9. That'd be 900. I think it's 30,000 a year being made right now. So it's not a lot. So, but they can discover gold. They can discover oil, gas. They can discover all these commodities. But Bitcoin, they can't. We know exactly how much that's going to be made from now all the way to the year 2140. So that's an interesting story. But yes, it's a reminder that while everybody is searching out for gold, considering that's a safe haven, you can find more gold. So I'm just not going to go through all these stories, but you can go to Cointelegraph and just said, here's a negative story. Bitcoin is dead. Here's a wild weekend. So I want to talk about the weekend to come in a moment, but you can see the negative stories. I also went over to, that was the triple crown, or three arrows, too many acronyms. Here's Decrypt. You got a bunch of stories on Decrypt, not a whole lot going on there. Again, they're going to be mostly negative stories. and there is an update on Ethereum. I haven't delved into it, but it sounds like they had another upgrade. I don't think it's the migration to 2.0, but it's a step in that direction. Again, there's three arrows again. Even at CoinDesk, Grayscale's upside over the ETF. So you see ETF, crypto's credibility problem. And I even mentioned earlier this week about Nexo. A lot of people are concerned about Nexo and lending platforms, and I'll drop out of that. But you see a lot of negative stories right now. Okay. Nexo has done a good job. I think there was a thread, like when Lisa shared it with me again, from Otaru about how they're concerned about Nexo shorting, or they're taking a percentage off of people's deposits. Nexo immediately refuted that. I think I did that in an earlier video. I'll try and find it, but it was earlier this week. I'll post the link up here. But there's a lot of negative stories right now. Crypto is down. You'll see a lot of negativity because they're pushing the price down for whatever reason. I'm not going to get into the reasons, but if you like Bitcoin at 60, you're going to love it at 20,000. That's just the bottom line. And you're going to whenever people have made good profits, they buy when the prices are down and depressed, because a lot of people that's the emotional sentiment. If you've never seen the chart, I'll go find it real quick. Let me find it. See, it is the stock. There it is, right away. Stock market emotions chart. So let me share that on my screen for a moment. Image new tab. So let's go there. All right. So let me share my screen one last time for today. All right. This is the stock. I wish I could. Can I zoom? I can't really zoom, but hopefully you can see this pretty well. So you can see that there's disbelief, hope, optimism, belief, thrill, euphoria on the way up, and then complacency, anxiety, denial, panic, and then anger, depression, back to disbelief. And disbelief is the reset. So we're basically somewhere in the depression to disbelief region. That is where most of the money gets made. Okay, but the markets are down. So now let's look at that's now enough negativity. Let's go to the positive sides. We are halfway through the year. We're going to be officially in a recession now. When the GDP comes out, and it's going to be zero or negative for this quarter. But we're turning the page. Like now we're in July. We have a long holiday weekend. Stock markets will be closed. People will be anxious about where can you put money for the safe haven. Money could flow back to Bitcoin and altcoins this weekend. You just don't know. So, but these are, you don't make decisions. You don't make long-term wealth decisions overnight, and you don't expect returns overnight. Sometimes it happens and you're fortunate, but for the most part, this is a long-term decision, not financial advice, of course. But if you're getting involved in cryptocurrency, your event horizon should be 3 to 5 years. It shouldn't be 3 to 5 days or weeks. So this is a great entry point for people that still have liquidity, have cash, they want a dollar cost average in. It's a great spot. So bottom line, this is my last video until after July 5th. I'm probably not going to be making any videos and take the weekend off, so we can all regenerate and get more energy to come back with, and we'll see what happens over the weekend. So I invite you to do the same. Take some time, watch more videos, watch more of my videos, watch other videos, or just take a few days off and relax with family and friends. That's a perfectly good answer as well. And again, if you need anything from me, I've got all my information scrolling across down here. My Patreon, great day to join Patreon is tomorrow. I'll be putting another video there. And there'll be an AMA for my patrons, and that's a great way to support the channel. Or if you need more specific help, just join me on, I go to my Calendly right there, and book an appointment. I will probably be extending the discounted prices a little bit further into July because the market hasn't changed yet. But if you need a 30 or 50 minute, up to an hour conversation with me, go ahead and book some time, and we'll give it a chat. So take a breather, take some time, go and refresh yourself. Come back. I'll be here come Tuesday, and we'll just go from there. So, lots said today. Have a great July 4th. I'm going to close the door in the bureau. Say file leader one more time, and I'll talk to you soon.